So let's speak about it still as if
it hasn't happened. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. No problem.
Yeah. So we don't want to. Yeah. We don't want to like. Just about, how excited you were to see.
Well, the other thing that's interesting is that Lucilla Boyson, SA Fashion Week director, 21st of June, they made a decision, so it's top secret. So it wasn't judged today, it was judged at a previous event. I don't know if you want to bring that in.
Down the red carpet, and then you are welcomed into this world of red, white.
You just talk. You just talk to me, and I'll just talk back.
We'll be fine.
Very well, thank you. So, what is your duty here today?
To welcome the guests and serve them drinks and welcome them to the.
You're going to have such sunburn.
Thank you so very much. And like she said,
you're
you
not.
Come around the table, you grab your drink.
You are so right.
Does your makeup artist not have any sunblock?
We're going to be chatting to Yvonne, a lady that made all of this possible. She is the brains behind all the beauty and decor here at the official Vodacom marquee. Good afternoon, Yvonne. Welcome to SABC 3.
Thank you very much.
Tell us, what was the inspiration behind the decor at the Vodacom marquee this year?
Well, the brief that I got was obviously posh. Everything is posh at the Durban.
Sunblock.
No, you really. Oh, it doesn't. Oh my God, I can't even help you. Normally, I carry a bag with everything in.
And the problem is you don't even realize it because
no, and you're fair as well. It's winter as well, so your skin's not used to being in this.
Yeah. Very, very, very true. I want to see what's happening in the betting. I'm quite sad because I actually earlier on I thought, no, I must go to the totes and go and actually make a bet.
You never do. Do you know that I sit in the start of the champion season, and then when they call the final draws and the final fifth, and the trainers are there, and the bookies are there, and owners are there, and you get like the really hot tips. Do you know I had never bet? Ever. And I walk away and I've got like all this hot info.
And you're like, what can I do with it? I just want to...
I know.
Yeah. Even if, you know what it is, and I actually just want to put down like 50 rand or something, just so you can like be a part of the event and
never,
look out for somebody.
Happens. No, I promise. And I was like adamant because I came to the gallops, and I think Wild One, I think there's a horse called Wild One.
Yes.
And I was like, that's me. So when and I came to the gallops, and I went to the parade ring, and as I looked up, Wild One walked past me, and I went, it was meant to be. Well, it hasn't happened. So.
Oh, you haven't even read it?
I haven't had the chance. I mean, I get to the track and like at dawn. So.
Man. And you know what? My phones are just letting me down.
Oh no, it's really bad. They hit a glitch here all the time. With
really?
Yeah, it's
no.
And they bring an extra.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Vodacom Marquee. What does Yvonne do? It's the Vodacom Hospitality. But isn't Bonan going to link directly to Mika? Okay. Okay.
Oh, it's hot.
Behind these in Dover Beach. Top of the lane, Happy Valentine clear by 2. Winter Star the main danger at the 350 metre marker. Seacat looks to run on. Happy Valentine telling them to come out and catch her. Masked Lady, Arcetri Pink's looking to run on for the lads the last 100. Happy Valentine's digging down the last bit, but she gets weary, and Masked Lady's running on for the lads, Arcetri Pink. Masked Lady for the lads erupting through, and for the lads won it. Along came Polly, flew up in a photo with Masked Lady, and then came Arcetri Pink behind these. The last 150, Happy Valentine calls it a day. Masked Lady's running a cracker, but for the lads, ignites up the inside. And for the lads, number 7 on the program, coming home hard up the inside. Along came Polly, also comes with a powerful late thrust, but coming down to the winning post. Number 7 for the lads. Sean Terry, Samanga Kamalo, Chris Van Niekerk, they win it. Along came Polly, looking to put her nose down for second as they go to the post. Second position, along came Polly. Masked Lady runs a cracker. Arcetri Pink behind these, Admiral's Eye, and then came Mensura. Happy Valentine just had enough that last 150 in the soft conditions. 300 metres to go. Happy Valentine still a length and a half, but she now starts to wobble, and Masked Lady put in a spirited run, but for the lads, drifting to the inside, comes home powerful. Long came Polly's also hot up on the inside. Arcetri Pink staying.
Jumping from stall 20 in 2012, Pomodoro defied all odds to run his way into the annals of horse racing history. He's aiming for a double, and trainer Sean Tarry is confident.
I think he's definitely the right horse.
There is a slight doubt about Hill 54.
If no Warriors had drawn well, I would have been confident that I had really 3 serious chances. We give every horse a chance in this year's July.
The winner will be crowned in front of the country's social elite, who have used the theme to bring their finest.
Posh, oh my gosh, it's elegant, understated beauty.
It's really about finery, fun and fashion.
Very feminine, I would say classy.
The sun is shining down brilliantly at the Greyville Racecourse in Durban for the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. Good afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to our live broadcast of the event. My name is Valen Kirtley, and it's great to have you in our company. You know, they say that horse racing is actually the sport of kings. Well, today, each and every single person is a king and queen. And if you can't be one of the 50,000 people that are here at the racecourse, then you best stay right where you are, because you won't miss a beat. The main race, which is the 3.5 million rand Vodacom Durban July, is race number 7 on the card, and it's coming your way at 4:20. But up until then, we have lots to keep you entertained, because of course, horse racing is not only just about the thoroughbreds, it's also about the fashion, the fun, the celebrities, and the social elite. We are going to be bringing that side to you thanks to our 3 social butterflies. They are our lifestyle presentation team of Bonang Mateba, Minnie Dlamini, and Mika Stefano.
Thank you so much, Valen. The Saturday we've all been waiting for. Good afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to SABC 3, your live broadcast of the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. I'm Bonang Mateba, part of the lifestyle team. The 3 people we're bringing you all the action from the Greyville Racecourse, joined by the lovely, the beautiful Minnie Dlamini on my right. We have to talk about this dress. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you, babe. It's an Asanda Majibi original. I really wanted to look like a princess. When I think posh, I think princess. And speaking of princesses, a little birdie told me that Princess of Monaco, Charlene, could be in the midst of the Durban July. So looking forward to seeing if hopefully we can spot her a little bit later.
That's exciting. We have to spot her. We have to talk to her. And to my left, the amazing, the controversial Mika Stefano.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
Looking forward to seeing the princess. She needs to know that the queen is here. Wearing Gajahan Couture, looking absolutely gorgeous. And that's what we're about to do. See everyone here, see what they're wearing, what they're getting up to. The lifestyle part of Vodacom Durban July. And yeah, that's what we're about to do.
That's exactly what we're about to do. We're going to cover every single corner of the Durban July today. Don't forget that you can tweet us, hashtag SABC3VDJ. Make sure you don't go anywhere. All the action all the way till 5 p.m. this afternoon. Back to you, Valen.
Thank you very much, Bonang. It certainly will be a feast for your eyes right here on SABC3. Speaking about Twitter and how you can get hold of us using the hashtag SABC3BDJ, you know that a couple of sports stars and media personalities have actually been taking to Twitter during the week, Lockenville, saying they're really excited to be a part of the Durban July. JP Peterson, Springbok, also saying he can't wait to just come to Greyville and be a part of the event. It really is the event of the year. This year's theme for fashion is posh, oh my gosh, hence my beautiful Rubicon outfits. And the lady behind that theme, also that had a very big hand in it, is the fashion director here at the Vodacom Durban July, and that's Tiffany Pryor. Tiffany, you were part of the judging panel because there's also 4 race day fashion competition. So you got to see a number of local fashionistas and their interpretation of the theme.
Absolutely. That's the wonderful thing about the Vodacom Durban July. Greyville says on this gorgeous race day, if you think you're a designer, if you are a designer, if you're a student, but you want to make something beautiful, come to the track and take your chance. And the 4 on-track competitions they're very, very broad. As you know, it's classic racewear for men, classic racewear for women, best hat or fascinator, and of course, Kiss Most Striking Couple. And I must say, what a wonderful, wonderful turnout today.
The Vodacom Durban July is now 117 years old, and this year's theme really speaks to the tradition of the race. But not only that, it also provides a major platform for designers. Not only have they got the race day fashion competitions, which Tiffany has been speaking about, but they also have the pre-race day competitions, amongst them the young designers. What did you think of some of the young designers ensembles?
I think Gold Circle absolutely always celebrate and support the Young Designer Award. And I think the 10 finalists in this lineup showed us what this theme was about and also showed us some really, really great work. I mean, I'm sure you agree. I think all 10 deserve to be there. The work was beautifully finished, beautifully put together, top-to-toe consideration, gorgeous hats and accessories. And I must say, I think it was a very hard decision for the judges to make. I'm going to be very surprised if it was easy to find the winner.
All right, that winner, we're going to announce it to you right here on SABC3. I think also something when it comes to the young designers is that each and every single one of these young designers is from Durban, which speaks about the fact that this is a proudly KwaZulu-Natal event.
Absolutely. But I think what's also really great about it is that as you know, everyone flocks to Greyville over this time. But it's been a wonderful thing to know that so many of the Young Designer Award winners have come from Durban and celebrate the fact that they win this competition or in fact are just a part of it.
Being a part of the event, that is what absolutely everybody wants to do. Just be a part of the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. One of those VIPs that are going to be here today are going to be caught and spoken to by the beautiful Bonang Muteba. She's now up at the Vodacom Hospitality Marquee. Bonang, I believe you are speaking about the theme of what the marquee looks like.
Of course. Into the Vodacom Durban July, probably wondering what happened. Yes, actually walk into marquee. This is how it goes. You walk into the marquee, get your registration, because we need to make sure that you are on the VIP list. Yes, because we don't want any uninvited guests. And then you take your walk down the red carpet, and then you are welcomed into this world of red, white, and blue. Met by this beautiful lady. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. And you?
Very well, thank you. So what is your duty here today?
To welcome the guests and serve them drinks and welcome them to this lovely event today.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much. And like she said, you come around the table, you grab your drink, and then the party can begin. But for us, we're going to be chatting to Yvonne, a lady that made all of this possible. She is the brains behind all the beauty and decor here at the official Vodacom Marquee. Good afternoon, Yvonne. Welcome to SABC3.
Fun. Thank you very much.
Tell us, what was the inspiration behind the decor at the Vodacom Marquee this year?
Well, the brief that I got was obviously posh. Everything is posh at the Durban July, and very white palettes and touches of the Vodacom red. And then we brought some of the fashion in. Yeah, so it's all very nice, clean, posh and grand.
Fantastic. And I mean, people spend a lot of time here at the marquee. What is the entertainment they can expect at the Vodacom Marquee in 2013?
Is we've got a stage on that side, we've got some bands, we've got some acrobatic features, so there's going to be lots of entertainment.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Yvonne. You did a wonderful job. It looks really nice. Oh my gosh, it's so very posh. Cheers to that.
Bonang, please do save me a glass of champers because I need it. I'm going to be joining you a little bit later on. But there's also another social diva. They call him the social network gossip queen, Mika Stefano, who's out at the marquees. And you know, they say that purple is a royal colour.
So purple definitely seems to be the colour of this year's Vodacom Durban July, powered by purple. Do you want to tell us why purple?
Well, purple is definitely the colour of the season, and it just shows how beautiful we can look in bright colours.
I love the purple eyeshadow.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. So do you usually wear purple umbrellas when going out to the Durban July?
Well, not normally, but this theme was inspired by Taurus Simeon and basically the 1920s, and I think purple is quite the look in nowadays for the 1920s.
Got that whole Great Gatsby thing going on.
Yes.
I love your eyelashes. Wow.
Thank you.
How do you blink with those? She does a good job at blinking. Tell me about your outfit.
Oh, well, it's Victorian inspired, going into the 60s, and then a little bit of posh.
A lot of posh. I love the sequencing and the earrings. Love it.
Thank you.
So purple definitely is the color of the season. I'm definitely going to get myself some purple and see who else is wearing purple here at the Durban July.
Thank you very much. That's Mika Stefano. You know, he said to me yesterday, Valen, I'm not too sure what I'm going to be wearing tomorrow, but it certainly won't be plastic bags, because yesterday last year, he wore over 20 plastic bags. So it's good to see he's also wearing his finest and looking oh so posh. It's time now to cross over to the beautiful Minnie Dlamini, who is speaking to one of South Africa's first ladies.
Thank you so much, Valen. One of my favorite things about the Durban July is being able to rub shoulders with the high-profile guests of our country. So we've got Madam Tobeka Zuma. How are you, ma?
I'm good, thanks, and you, my dear?
I'm very good. You're looking absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, thank you. Now, one of the things about us Durbanites is that we always look forward to the Durban July. What would you say is your favorite thing about this event?
I think for me, it's a couple of things. It's sports, which unifies our people, brings them together from different races, and also it gives us the opportunity to enjoy being feminine, you know, dress up, and the excitement, entertainment as well that's coupled with it. And the cherry on top, I think it's for the province, the economic boost that it brings to the province.
We've got the entertainment, we've got the sport, but one of the highlights of the Durban July is the fashion. And last week, you hosted the Obamas, and including myself, everyone was talking about how amazing you look. What goes into preparing for a major event, from wardrobe, hair, makeup, all inclusive?
I think for me, my dear, it's a very spontaneous decision. It's not an effort for me to decide what it is that I'm going to be wearing. I'm guided by the event that I'm going to, but also what I woke up and feeling like that morning, to say I want to look, I want to take it easy, or I want to be bold. So it really is exciting, but also there's pressure that comes with it.
Of course. Effortless chic. Tell us who you're wearing, what inspired the look.
Badly Mishka. And I like keeping it simple. And what inspired the look, of course, because yesterday it looked like it was going to rain. Today, fortunately, it didn't. So I could go bright.
And then lastly, sports and entertainment. We're seeing a lot of collaboration of sports entertainment. It's shutting down globally. It's coming down to South Africa. What do you think this has in terms of the future of sport and entertainment in this country?
I think South Africa has great potential globally in the area of sport. And we're now seeing all races coming together and participating in all sorts of sports. And so therefore, which means really democracy is practiced throughout into sports as well. So it's exciting, the opportunities that lie ahead for our country, even when participating or competing at a global level, are really good.
Lovely. Thank you so much for talking to us. Intomzombili Sela, looking absolutely breathtaking. Valen, back to you.
Thank you very much from two beautiful, proudly KwaZulu-Natal ladies. When we speak about the Vodacom Durban July, it's not only a local event, it's an international event. This year's race will be beamed to over 30 countries, and countries around the world will be betting on the Vodacom Durban July, a prize purse of 3.5 million rand. We've been speaking a lot about the fashion. There's been a host of different interpretations. We've seen Mika Stefano pick out some people in purple, but there's been lots of lace. I've also seen lots of feathers. There's also been creams and gold. Take a look at what some of the interpretations have been today. These are just some of the interpretations that you've also got the opportunity to see, Tiffany, what people have been wearing. And I think that that's what's so nice. Some have gone a little outrageous, and others have decided to keep it a little, traditional.
Absolutely. I think that sometimes people forget that part of the joy and the craziness that is the Vodacom Durban July is the fact that there are always going to be those few people who arrive looking completely outrageous and obviously always trying to push the envelope. But I think with this year's theme, posh, oh my gosh, I think so many people really, really went out of their way to make sure they look fantastic and as I said, dressed really well. And I've loved seeing that. I've loved seeing people realize that it is actually a race day. They're not going to the theatre or going to an evening event, and they have arrived, as I said earlier, taking every aspect of their dress and their outfits and their look into consideration. And I've seen some amazing things, and I've seen things that have really been put together fantastically. Good quality garments, things that are really well made.
All right, well, Tiffany's seen them, and now it's time for you to see them. This is what some interpretations of posh, oh my gosh, have been here at the Greyville Racecourse. Some absolutely beautiful interpretations. Now, the race day fashion is just one aspect. There's also the pre-race fashions, and part of that is the fashion challenge. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Vodacom Durban July Fashion Challenge invites designers of all sort of, whether a beginning in the industry or you're really established, invites anybody to enter this competition throughout South Africa. This year we received over 200 entries, which was absolutely amazing. And of course we asked them to design a race day ensemble to the theme, posh, oh my gosh. I think the 10 finalists are absolutely unbelievable. World class, absolute world class.
And while the young designers come from KZN, the fashion challenge is open to the whole country. We've seen people come from Durban, Uitenhage, even
Pretoria, Bloemfontein, PE. I love that aspect of it.
Really beautiful, beautiful designs.
As you know, the judging was done on the 21st of June at the Fashion Experience, and this particular panel is headed by the doyen of South African fashion, Lucilla Boyson, director of SA Fashion Week. So as you can see, just by that fact, it's a very well considered competition, and the winners deserve to be there.
Not only that, but the winners are also going for the prizes on offer. There are some beautiful vouchers and cash prizes that are also on offer.
Fantastic. I think you walk away from that, as you say, with a great prize package, but this is something you want to put on your bio going down the line. If you've taken part in the fashion challenge and you in fact have won it, you want to tell people about this. I think it's a great way to start a career, and I think designers who enter this and win it recognize that.
Lovely stuff. That's Tiffany Pryor, the fashion director here at the Vodacom Durban July. We're going to tell you who won the Young Designers Challenge as well as the Fashion Challenge a little bit later on, right here on SABC 3. But of course, we have the big one, the Vodacom Durban July. It's race number 7 on the cards. And what is it looking like in the betting? Because throughout the week, it's been reigning champion Pomodoro, who's been a favorite. But he's certainly eased up, and I think ahead of him just a short while ago was Jet Explorer. So what's it looking like, Ravon?
Well, I can tell you that Jet Explorer and Pomodoro, money seem to have dried up here in the ring for both of them. And all the guys seem to be coming now for the 3-year-old Cape Town Noir. He's been claimed since we last spoke, and he's currently joint favourite at 11-2 at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards alongside of Jet Explorer, and they're both at 11-2. Then Pomodoro is at 6-1, and in fact, if you shop around, you could even get as much as 13-2 about Pomodoro. Run for It is now easing out in the betting at 7. You can even easily get 8-1 about Run for It. And then there's been a double claim about Seal. He was earlier on at 12-1. He's currently at 9-1. And he's the horse that a lot of guys have been telling me in the ring is the one that's going to be best suited to the wet conditions here at Greyville. So who knows? Money coming for Cape Town Noir, outside money coming for Seal. They're not interested in anything else at this stage. We'll have to wait closer to race time to see exactly who's going to attract that last-minute rush of money.
Very, very interesting. Ravon Smith, he's our horse racing analyst and commentator. Now, Cape Town Noir, the 3-year-old, he's a Cape Town Derby winner, and he's looking to follow in the footsteps of a Big City Life. Big City Life in the year that he won the Cape Derby. He also came to claim glory here at the Vodacom Durban July. There is lots to speak about because you heard what Ravon said. It is a wet track. You may think, why is that? Because the sun is shining. Well, over the last week, it has been very, very wet conditions, which actually saw Gold Circle scratch the first 2 races on the card. So many people saying that it'll actually favour those horses coming from the Western Cape. We've got a lot more on the horses, a lot more on the fashion coming to you live here on SABC 3. Stay with us. Welcome back to SABC 3 to our live broadcast of the Vodacom Durban July. Now, as part of the main field of 20 runners in race number 7, that's a 3.5 million rand Vodacom Durban July, there's only one filly, and that is Do You Remember? She's number 14. But we have some beautiful women that are keeping you company. One of them, Bonang Mateba. Bonang, who you go with you?
Got Jensu, and the party's really happening up here at the VIP paddock right here, the Vodacom Marquee. The Saturday I think we've all been waiting for. You just tuned in. Good afternoon and welcome to the live broadcast right here on SABC 3, bringing you all the style, bringing you all the fashion, bringing you what's hot and happening right here at the Greyville Racecourse. Like I said, Jensu is in the house. Welcome to SABC 3. How are you doing?
Hello, Bonang.
How are you? You took it very simple this year. Tell me why you went so simple.
Absolutely. Well, Posh, oh my gosh, can be posh on many different levels. Yes, normally for the other horse races, I can go really crazy and wild. I thought this year actually tone it down, be totally different. And the theme is about being more elegant, more refined this year. But I'm loving the outfits. I'm loving the hats and the fascinators. I'm wearing Paloo today.
Yes. You always wear Paloo, don't you?
I love Paloo. I think Paloo always epitomizes a woman in her most beautiful form. Also some jewelry from Stutterfords and shoes from Prada.
Very lovely. And talking about women, which woman do you think is going to be best dressed today? Or rather, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Wow, well, there's so many best dressed women, including yourself. You're looking beautiful in Gert Johan Coetzee. I think Minnie Delmini looks amazing, Lisa van der Westhuizen. And I'm looking forward to seeing Princess Charlene of Monaco, who is also here at the Durban July.
Yes, hopefully we're going to get to chat to her a little bit later. Thank you so much, Jensu. And talking about Lisa van der Westhuizen, she is here somewhere. We're going to be chatting to her a little bit later. Keep those tweets coming. Hashtag SABC3VDJ. Talking about Minnie, Miss Minaj is standing by. Who do you have there, baby?
I'm standing with international actress Terry Peto. By the way, Jensu, thank you so much for the compliment. Lots of love. I'm sure you're wearing your signature hat over there. But back to my gorgeous guest. How are you doing?
I'm very good, Minnie. Thank you. How are you?
I'm awesome. You look breathtaking. What inspired the look?
Well, thank you. I think the theme was Posh, oh my gosh, and Tula Cindy. Absolutely. This is just simple, elegant, and posh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Now, you were in LA and you did a lot of red carpets. How would you say our fashion fares on the South African versus the LA market?
I think we totally inspired by diversity, our culture, and we take risks. So I think people have fun. People are brave enough to put African prints, tribal wear, and juice it up and make it very, very posh. So in terms of that, I think we are experimenting, having fun. But otherwise, those guys have a lot of money, have teams that are working 24 hours making sure one person looks amazing.
Well, my honey, you don't need teams because you look absolutely breathtaking. Now, we hijacked Terry. So you're on your way to a marquee. Which marquee are you off to?
I'm going to start with South African tourism because I am really proudly South African, and every time I travel, I try to make sure that people know that we have a beautiful country.
Okay, cool. So we're going to follow you, and we'll probably catch up with you a little bit later. Valen, back to you.
Thank you very much to Minnie Dlamini chatting there to Terry Peto. Wow, we have got some beautiful ladies out in the marquees being well looked after in the hospitality tent. But let's turn our attention over to the horse racing, the reason why we are all here. I know some people are sitting at home and thinking they also want to get their bets in, maybe online or via the telephone. They're expecting to make 110 million rand turnover at the stake. It's a massive amount of money, lots of money that's going to be bet. And also, it's not just about the gambling side of things, because some of that money, 6% of what is made at the tote, actually goes back into the sport of horse racing. Well, to that note, it's now my pleasure to introduce Graham Hawkins, who is the race director here at the Vodacom Durban July. Good to have you with us once again, and not in the rain like it was 2 days ago.
You can't believe how relieved I am that we're getting hot and that the sun is shining. It's absolutely fabulous day here at Greyville this afternoon, but obviously a lot of damage was done by the rains through the course of the week, and there have been some heroic efforts behind the scenes to get us where we are today, particularly infield in the hospitality areas. Right through the night last night we were bringing in Umgeni sand and levelling off the ground and creating new roads, and it's just been a fabulous effort from everybody to get us this far.
All right, what I mean, how have the conditions, because we've seen how they've affected the betting, you say that the conditions are better than expected. Do you think that changes the complexion now?
Well, when I say better than expected, obviously during the course of yesterday when it was still raining, I started fearing the worst, that we may not even be able to race today. That it got as far as that situation. But then, it stopped raining about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and we were promised via the Weather Bureau a fabulous day today, and they certainly picked a winner on that occasion. And so we decided to can the first 2 races just to give the track more drying time. Instead of kicking off at 11:25, going with the third race at 12:55, just gave us another hour and a half of sunshine. This is a winter sun after all, although you wouldn't say so. It's very warm today. But yes, the penetrometer reading, which is a way of describing the track conditions, were deep into the 30s yesterday, which made the going heavy. And that would have been a real test of stamina for all of the horses. It has improved, obviously, as we fortunately had quite a strong wind all through the night last night. And nothing dries a track like the wind. Came out this morning to complement the wind's efforts through the night. And so we're sitting around about 26, 27 penetrometer reading, which is very much soft, but certainly very raceable. Still makes it a very intriguing ingredient to throw into the mix when trying to find the winner for the 2013 Vodacom Durban July.
It certainly does. That's Graham Hawkins. We're going to chat a lot more about the horse racing and what we can expect in race number 7. That, of course, is the big one. It's coming to you live right here on SABC3. Stay where you are. Welcome back to SABC Sports live broadcast of the Vodacom Durban July. It is July fever here at the Greyville Racecourse, and I'm sure that you're feeling it too. Get in touch with us using the hashtag SABC3VDJ, standing for Vodacom Durban July. Speaking about social media, there is one man that knows that side of communications very, very well, and he's part of our lifestyle presentation team. That's Mika Stefano.
His eye on you, if you get the joke.
Yeah, hectic.
So tell me, how did you drive to the Durban July wearing this outfit?
I didn't. I got changed right outside the stadium.
Right outside the stadium?
Yep.
It's a little bit over the top, and when I say over the top, I mean you're over the top.
Definitely, and can't move.
Do you want to tell me what inspired this outfit?
It was done with the royal blue, and as you can see, the crown right at the top.
I can see, wow, my hat may fall off.
Yeah. Then the designer is Kirshan Chetty.
A local designer from Durban?
No, from Peter Merritt's.
Oh, lovely. I love the fence thing. Definitely keeping your assets very safe.
Definitely.
So no guys are going to be hitting on you today?
No, definitely.
Going home single?
It's like a chastity belt.
Oh, nice. Chastity belt. Keeping you safe. I should get myself one of those. So back to you, ladies. I think I'm definitely going to get myself a chastity belt this winter.
So is that the new thing to have then, Mika? All right, well, let's continue with our broadcast here on SABC3. And it's not only about the fashion and the social side of things, but it's also about the horses. And among some of the favorites at the betting, a 3-year-old Cape Town Noor. He was the Cape Derby winner, and he's looking to follow in the footsteps of Big City Life, who was the Cape Derby winner in 2009 and went on to win the July. Many people favoring him. We chatted to his trainer, Dean Kannemeyer.
The horse himself is doing exceptionally well. I was pleased with Thursday morning's final workout. He jumped on the 14, did good pace work, stretched well. Cole's very happy with him. And he's looking in great shape.
Second three's preparation here, and looking at that last.
Good draw could become a bad draw very quickly, and we're obviously going to use the tactics to our advantage from those draws. And look, the most important thing is that we get a bit of luck in the running. I think that the draws are important, but we still need a bit of luck from there. I think some of the older horses are quite well weighted in this race. The 3-year-olds have all got the odd thing that's against them, and Cape Town was a top horse, and I think just the distance might be a bit of a problem. Wiley Hall is an impressive type of horse. He's a type of horse that could pull it off because he's got the temperament for it, so we'll be watching out there. Not going to take any chances. We give every horse a chance in this year's July.
He's a big, strong individual.
Yeah, Justin Snaith's Run For It is jumping from a pole position, while Jet Explorer is right next to his stablemate in stall number 2. And they're also doing very well when it comes to the punters. Ravon, what's the latest on Jet Explorer and Run For It?
I can tell you that both Dean Kannemeyer and Justin Snaith, they share favoritism at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards. It's Jet Explorer and Cape Town Noir. Those are the two horses that it seems to be that the punters are only coming for those two at this point in time. Palmadora, incidentally, has shortened back into 6-1, while Run For It is now easing out in the betting to about 15-2. There's still solid money in the ring coming for Seal. Everybody seemed to like Seal because of the wet conditions, and beyond those it's 16-1 and upwards the others. I don't think anybody's really going for the long shots, but they are looking at maybe taking places on the tote, because the tote is paying up to 6 places. So if you fancy one of the long shots, maybe that's where you should have a flutter. But at this point in time, it's Dean Kannemeyer and Justin Snaith. Run For It, Jet Explorer, they are top of the bookmakers' betting boards. In fact, it's Cape Town Noir and Jet Explorer that find themselves top of the bookmakers' betting boards.
Thank you very much. That's horse racing commentator Ravon Smith. Perhaps what you'd favour is a place bet, because only for the Vodacom Durban July they're paying up to 6 different places. So if you had to pick out 6, who would you pick, Graham?
6 horses?
Yeah.
I would certainly include last year's winner, Palmadora. Sean Terry is in ominous form already here at Greyville today. He's already had 2 feature race winners, which is a good sign for the stable. And he's got 4 horses in the Vodacom Durban July. And I fancy 2 of his to run into the money. I also fancy number 10, E-Jet. I think the conditions, number 5, Seal, we've been talking about Gavin Fitzgerald's runner, and also fancy his other runner, which is No Worries. I think is going to run a big race from the back of the field. They seem to be running on from the back of the field. The pacemakers seem to be getting stuck in the mud in the last 200 metres, so you've got to look for a horse that's going to be coming. I like Wiley Hall as well, so that would be my 5th choice. I've mentioned 5 already. And then Run For It, I believe to be the best of the 2 from the Justin Snaith stable. So those would be my leading contenders. But I think, as we've been saying all week, very open race, very, very tough and competitive Vodacom Durban July this year.
And I think we must also take note that we haven't seen a back-to-back winner here at the Vodacom Durban July since Alpecia in 2000, so it's going to be very difficult for Palmadora.
It's always difficult for the defending champion, because invariably they're carrying more weight in the following year than they carried in the preceding year. But he's a very big, strong horse, and Pierre Stradham is very confident of a big run from him. And as I've said, Sean Terry's already won today with Kolkata, and then the Group 1 race 5 with For the Lads, both for Chris van Niekerk. And owner, of course, Chris van Niekerk is the owner of Palmadora. So we've seen those colours in the winner's enclosure quite a few times already today. So the stable is on a roll.
All right, that's Graham Hawkins just chatting to us about some of the favourites in race number 7, the Vodacom Durban July. It's what we're building up towards, which is coming your way at 4:20. We've already seen some thoroughbreds coming past the finishing post in the earlier races. Let's take a look at what happened in race number 3.
Top markers on the inside. Dubai Gina coming around them, then Patriotic Rebel. Gold Onyx going to dart through down the inside, then Taipan. River Crossing on the outside. Gold Onyx coming home powerfully on the outside. Patriotic Rebel. Master Plans getting into the race raid. Roko's Luck just the leader. Patriotic Rebel. Master Plan coming home powerfully on the inside. Master Plan's coming home from Patriotic Rebel, and Master Plan won it. Patriotic Rebel second. Gold Onyx third. Roko's Luck fourth. And behind that, Taipan. 4 or 5 to go. Blake down the inside. Homeward bound, Jeppy's Reef moves in. Maasai Warrior, Canterbury Tail. Cole Cutter is a big runner on the inside. Putney Flyers coming home, Beloved Betty. Cole Cutter, though, coming home powerfully at the 200-metre marker. And it's Cole Cutter who hit the front. On the outside, Putney Flyer, but they're going to battle to beat this one. And Cole Cutter has got second, will go to Night to Remember. Third position, close between Blake and Putney Flyer. Then Maasai Warrior and Balls.
That's race number 6.
Quickly goes to the head of affairs. Right there is Peter Culture. Chestnuts Rockets only a length off them. The white cap of Normans to the outer. Zambezi Torrent. Then comes Risky Roscoe, perfectly poised at the rail. Buffalo Bills mid-division. Forest Indigo shadow roll to the stand side. Hillbrow's got 5 lengths to make up. They're racing in tight quarters. Willow Magic's only 3.5 lengths off them. He's around Chestnuts Rocket. Further back is Bar Kochka. They got 9-10 lengths to make up. In behind these runners, Copybook and Mikado. Top of the lane, Captain of All being held together in front. Peter Culture tracks him through. To the outside, Willow Magic. Norman's the white cap. Chestnuts Rocket, Risky Roscoe towards the inside. They fan across the track. Full Combat still got 6-7 lengths to make up. And Captain of All, the one to get to. Forest Indigo's running on. Willow Magic now looks to apply the pressure. But still, Captain of All's clear by 2. Forest Indigo looks to run on late on the outside. Forest Indigo, Captain of All. Kochka's absolutely flying between them. Very, very close. Forest Indigo. Or up the inside, Kochka, Captain of All going to the post. It gets very, very tight. Angle usually favours the outside runners, but let's wait on the slow-mo. Forest Indigo and Kochka was eating up the turf. Captain of All's up the inside. Let's take a look at the slow-mo. Just when Forest Indigo looks to time it dead right, this horse, Kochka, from the Allison Wright stable for Mr. Jones, is going to flash through. Captain of All now crying for the line. Yes, Forest Indigo, but look at Kochka coming home fast and furious. Forest Indigo with the naked eye. Kochka's up the inside. Let's go down to the post, 1 fraction back. Forest Indigo and Kochka, well, very close. With the naked eye, Forest Indigo could be favoured, but Kochka is very much alive. It's touch and go. We'll wait on the judges. The angle usually goes with the runner closest to us, which is Forest Indigo, but Kochka's trying all his money in the world. Up the inside, Captain of All, and then came Willow Magic. Copybook runs a good race, and Zambezi Torrent. Once again, the runners from Off the Speed kicked in late.
Who's going to get up in the latter stages? Kochka comes around and runs on really powerfully immediately behind Captain of All, and it's very close as they come down to the wire, and it's very close between the numbers that I'm giving. 6 Forest Indigo and 9. 6 and 9 are the 2 horses involved here. Yeah, those are the 2 involved, and we'll just wait for the judges to make that final decision in the Durban Golden Horseshoe, a Grade 1. Back to the studio, or back to whoever's the next announcer.
What's our commentator? Why not just come back to the SABC 3 studio, where we are also waiting to see whether it's a Forest Indigo or Kochka that actually won the Golden Horseshoe. This is a really important race now. It's a juvenile race, also a precursor, or maybe something that we can see who the potential winners of the Vodacom Durban July may be in the future.
Yes, this was a nursery for the young horses, as was the previous race, Race 5, which was the fillies version of this race. And if Forest Indigo has won it, it's a first Grade 1 winner for the new stallion Judd Pot, whose first crop of horses are in fact 2-year-olds. He's got off to a very exciting start. Well done to the Forest Fontaine stud for having brought in the stallion and bred this horse. Kevin Shea, maybe a veteran jockey, but he's riding at the top of his game. In fact, the two jockeys involved here are both very experienced riders. Glenn Hatt is well into his 50s. I'm sure you won't mind me saying that, and he's riding in the Vodacom Durban July, as is Kevin Shea. So it's a toss-up between two highly talented veteran jockeys here. I think, to my naked eye, I thought, not that we have a clear vision of the screen from here, that maybe Forest Indigo had held on, but it's obviously very close between number 6 Forest Indigo and number 9 Kochka. But the point I was making before the break was they're coming from off the speed. The horses in front were starting to tread water in the closing stages, and both Forest Indigo and Kochka ran on very strongly from off the pace, and that could be a crucial factor when trying to find the winner of the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. Those that like to come from off the pace could revel in the conditions here today.
And then also it's perhaps a reason why some have been backing off of Seal, because Seal is a front runner. He likes to run in the front.
He does like to run in the front. In his favour, though, there's always an exception to the rule, isn't there? There's always a but, is the fact that he's got any amount of stamina, because Seal has in fact won here over 3,000 metres. So Seal does have the stamina advantage, but yes, it's going to be tough for him.
All right, we're still awaiting the official results of the Golden Horseshoe race. That's race number 6 on the card here at the Vodacom Durban July race day. But let's just chat a little bit, Graham, about some of the earlier races that we saw. You said already in race 4 and 5, we saw Sean Terry already bringing a winner. And in race number 4, it was Sean Terry and Pierce Stradom, the two behind Pomodoro, that claimed a win.
Yes, it was the Mercedes-Benz Gold Vase and number 11 Kolkata, who runs in the same ownership as Pomodoro, Chris Van Niekerk. Pierre Stradom, Sean Terry teaming up to win that race, the 4th race. And I'm hearing in the background that Forest Indigo might have won race 6 by a short head. Might have won it by a short head. They thought it might even have been a dead heat. So yes, Kolkata won the 4th race for Sean Terry and Pierre Stradom. And then Sean Terry followed up very quickly in race 5, which was the Zulu Kingdom Explorer Golden Slipper. That was for the 2-year-old fillies, with number 7 For the Lads, a first grade 1 winner for Trippy. And again, it was Chris Van Niekerk's colours, those same colours that you're seeing on the front cover of all the race cards in the computer form. Can it be a dream day for Chris Van Niekerk to see those blue and red colours come to the fore again? So Sean Terry's been in terrific form. Nice to see Samanga Kumalo ride the winner in race 5, number 7 For the Lads. He's had a terrific season. He won the Summer Cup in Johannesburg. He won the President's Champions Challenge. He's now just added another grade 1 victory to his record. So Samanga Kumalo also in terrific form, and he rides heavy metal for Chris Van Niekerk in the Vodacom Durban July.
Oh, there's so many things to speak about when it comes to the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. And of course, then there's the feast for the eyes when it comes to the fashion. It's time now for us to take a break. Do stay with us. Welcome back to SABC3's live broadcast of the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. And as we await the official confirmation of the Durban Golden Horseshoe race, the precursor to the big one, race number 7, 3.5 million rand Durban July, let's go over to Bonang Matebo, who is in the Vodacom VIP hospitality area, to see who she's got with her.
Thank you so much, Valen. It's definitely happening up here at the Vodacom marquee, chilling with the creme de la creme of the South African entertainment industry. And next up on the red carpet, you know exactly what I mean. I'm standing with SABC1 icon Lerato Kganyago, looking spectacular in red.
Thank you. You look stunning with the yellow.
You work it, girl.
Thank you, love.
Now tell me, you host a show that covers, events like this, a big day like the Durban July. What does Lerato's day look like?
Wake up in the morning, first thing first, have breakfast, right? Then, this morning I had to go quickly to get my shoes, because I forgot my shoes at home. Come back, get into the hotel, get makeup ready. That's at 9 o'clock. I'm sure you did the same,
Oh, yes.
Then get dressed, take a couple of pictures, then we are here.
And following all the celebs all around.
Follow them around. I mean, it's so weird, but it's so great.
I love it. But now it's time for you to shine. Walk us through this beautiful red ensemble.
Okay, now we know the theme is posh, right? So I decided I have to look a bit classy, actually very classy. Red, I hardly wear red. So, this is the color. This is the power color. It's a powerful color. So I said, okay, let me wear the red because I'm feeling a bit colorful today. A bit of lace there at the bottom, long, very classy, but also very young, very fresh, So, yeah, that's my look by Paloo.
Very, very, very sexy. Now, it's, getting ready for a day like this. Is it let me see what I can wear, or is it months of planning? How does Lerato do it?
Never. It's weeks of planning. You have to plan ahead, because something could go wrong, So, I got this dress, 3 weeks ago already from a boutique. I just got there, picked it up. I said, this is my dress, a pizza. I want it, keep it, and it was done.
You look absolutely amazing. So we get to tune in on SABC1 next week and see everybody that you're running around after.
And your outfit also. So yeah.
Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Thank you very much. Lerato Kganyago, SABC1 icon right here at the VIP Haddock Vodacom marquee. That's where it's all happening. A little bit later, I'm going to be chatting to Lisa van der Westhuizen, and she's in the house. I saw Basisana Kumalo, designer, spa lady from Paul's Home, and Gert Johan Couture. Keep those tweets coming. We are officially trending. It's all thanks to you. Hashtag SABC3VDJ. It's all happening, darling, right here at the Greyville Racecourse. All roads lead to KwaZulu-Natal.
Thank you very much to Bonang. Certainly is a who's who of the social world. And amongst the marquees is Mika Stefano. Who you got with you?
Bonang, guess who I just spotted down here? The sexy Simba from Top Billing, and I'm going to try and get an interview. Simba,
Mika,
how are you?
Camry, I'm also working, boss.
It's fine. You're just so sexy that I couldn't keep my hands off you.
Oh, excuse me.
Do you want to tell us? I'm here with your crew, in fact, with everyone. What are you looking for here at Durban July? Like, who stands out in your opinion?
Well, I think anything that really is African-inspired as well as quite elegant. I think this year it's all about understated. It's not about going over the top. Yes, you've got some eye-catching designs here, but I think the ones that have really played it down and have gone a little bit more sophisticated are the ones I'm looking for.
Now, Simba, you're quite a stylish guy. What, in your opinion, is something that a guy should be wearing to the Durban July?
Nothing like a well-fitted suit. If you have a well-fitted suit, it'll go a long way. If it's slightly off, then it won't really work. But you know what? As long as there's elegance, there will always be the outrageous, as you can see at the Durban July every single year.
A lot of outrageous. We're definitely going to see the outrageous on Top Billing next week.
Thank you very much. That's Mika Stefano. So let's turn our focus back onto the horse racing now. We just enjoyed race number 6. It was the Golden Horseshoe, and actually coming out, it looked like a dead heat, but it was number 6, Forest Indigo.
Yes, number 6, Forest Indigo, is won it by a very narrow margin for Kevin Shea, Ali Cleard and Mr. Chris Kerber. Obviously a big run from number 9, Kochka, just failing by a short head to get up in the shadow of the post. And a very game run from number 3, Captain of All, back in 3rd after having made all of the early running. So it was 6, 9 and 3. That was the result of the Durban Golden Horseshoe Grade 1.
All right, and if you had to pick a win bet, because now everybody really just wants to know, who do I put my 50 Rand behind for the Vodacom Durban July? Who do we place a win bet on?
I would have to give you 2 choices. Both of them are quite nice, attractive prices, so I would suggest you put your money on both. I would go number 13, Wiley Hall, or number 10, E-Jet. sticking my neck out a little bit in terms of the Vodacom Durban July, but it's that wide open. I would go with number 10, E-Jet, who has got number 18, Draw to Overcome, and the SA Derby winner, number 13, Wiley Hall. But quite frankly, it's very open, and any kind of result can be expected.
Despite the conditions, they have been saying that from the time that the field was actually announced, it is one of the most open fields in years. So what some punters are actually saying, just pick a name that you like and actually just dot your 50 rand behind that name. So, Minnie, if you had to pick a name that you liked, who would it be out of our Vodacom Durban July field?
I have no idea, Valen. All that's going through my head is how messy this field is and how my heels are getting ruined. I'm so stressed. But one thing that's keeping me very happy and really relaxed here at the Vodacom Durban July is the fact that radio veteran Dudu Koza is standing with me. She is the reason, Mzansi, I am on radio. How are you, Ma?
I'm so happy to see you, and I can see that you're progressing so well. You're going places, I must tell you. And if your mom tells you, it's going to be that way.
Ngiyabonga, Ma.
Nothing else. And you look stunning.
Ngiyabonga, Ma. I'm looking gorgeous yourself. Ifika.
And happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Now, you're chilling right here at the KZN Tourism Marquee. How important is the Durban July in terms of tourism for KZN?
It is so important. I'm one of the 11 KZN tourism ambassadors. We're from the train right now, and we're here to tell the people that we are progressing. We've got business people that we took to the train with us, and KZN is going to be the biggest, the first city, tourism city that we're going to have right here. It's threefold, right? What we're doing here, we're networking with business people. At the same time, we want to make sure that people know that KZN is rocker. And at the same time, we want to make sure that other people gain from what we're doing. That's why yesterday we were handing over parcels to girls as ambassadors of KZN tourism. And it's Roka KZN.
Thank you, Ma. KZN Roka Gembela. Valen, back to you.
Say it to me again. KZN Roka. I wanted to hear you say so.
Roka, Vodacom Durban July, that's where it's all happening, and you can also be a part of it. Hashtag SABC3VDJ. We're back after this.
About to go.
Welcome back to Greyville. The tension is certainly mounting, and the countdown is now officially on to the 2013 running of the Vodacom Durban July. I can tell you this much, there are 3 horses that are now dominating the bookmakers' betting boards, and the most interesting of all is the fact that we have an outright favourite at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards. Bearing in mind that for the past couple of years, the 3-year-olds have dominated this race, and a 3-year-old now finds himself top of the bookmakers' betting boards. Number 11, Cape Town Noir. He has been the subject of 2 claims thus far, and he's now the outright favourite at 11-2. Palmadora remains firm in the betting at 6-1. Jet Explorer 15, that's the other one that is extracting the market support at 6-1. Run for It, you can get as much as 7-8-1, and then Seal is the other one, number 5, that has been attracting some outside support from 12-1 into 9-1. Wiley Hall, he's firm at 12-1, the other 3-year-old, and then at 16-1, and basically upwards the others. So it's all Cape Town Noir at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards. That's the only horse they're coming for here in the bookies' ring. And I can tell you over the next couple of minutes, lots of money is going to exchange hands. But it's not only about the races. Benang has got some beautiful ladies with her as we look at more fashion here at the Vodacom Durban July.
Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. How I wish you were up here with me. I really do miss you. But you guys were probably wondering how the themes are decided on each and every year. Well, Golden Circle is the event organizing company behind the Vodacom Durban July. But of course, they need Vodacom to assist them. So here to help us explain a little bit more about this year's theme is Maya, who's the Chief Officer of Corporate Affairs at Vodacom South Africa. Welcome to your marquee.
Thank you.
How are you doing? Welcome to SABC 3. Tell us and, explain to us the thought process behind this year's theme.
Sure. The Vodacom Durban July is a really classy and the premier racing event in the country. So Posh, oh my gosh, obviously is in line with that. Sophisticated, classy, shows the world that it's chic and amazing and beautiful clothes and beautiful people, and that's what we're celebrating today. And you see that we carry that theme through in our decor. Yes. Very, very classy, very chic, and you can think of, the ascots of the world, etc., and say, well, this is the premier racing event in South Africa.
It really is, and we did an amazing insert earlier on where we talked about the food and the decor with Yvonne. Really was sensational. But why is it important for Vodacom as a company to always be part of the Vodacom Durban July each and every year?
Sure. We've taken over as the official key sponsor here since 12 years. This is our 12th year running. And, we're the leading cellular operator in the country. Absolutely want to be part of the leading racing event in the country and in Africa. We operate across Africa, and we believe this premier event really showcases what we also stand for.
Fantastic. Maya, thank you so much for giving us a reason to dress up each and every year. We love coming here. We really do. And thank you so much for involving the SABC family. We really do love bringing you all the action right here at the Greyville Racecourse. More action down there by the marquees with my girl, Mina Minaj. Who do you have there, baby?
I was walking the streets of the Durban July, I saw this beautiful goddess in blue. And who was it? My co-host, my former co-host from Expresso, the beautiful Leanne. How are you doing?
I'm good, Minnie. How are you?
I'm awesome. Now you've got to tell me the inspiration behind the dress.
Well, you know what? I asked a friend of mine from Cape Town. He's a Cape Town-based designer, Victor K. I said to him, please, can you just make me look like a princess? And I've never really worn blue before. It's a color that I've steered away from. And I think he did a really, really good job in a very short space of time because I suffer from procrastination. So he managed to make me pretty in just 2 days, I think.
You look absolutely awesome. And my fashion opinion, blue is my favorite color. I give you the stamp of approval. You look absolutely amazing. What would you say is your favorite thing about this event?
I would say it's the people and that everybody really gets into the theme. Everyone that I've seen has just played their part so well. They've embraced, oh my gosh, oh so posh, really, really well. And that's what makes an event a success, is when everybody just goes with it. And I think that's why the Durban July has always been a success.
We love our Durban people and we love Leanne. Thank you so much. We'll chat to you soon.
Thank you, Minnie. You look absolutely incredible yourself. Keep on rocking it, girl.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And everybody enjoying the theme this year of Posh, oh my gosh. Now in studio with me, I've got 2 men who have seen the themes come and go year in and year out. They are trainer Michael Azzi and jockey Musieni. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for joining me. Musi, many people make the... when they see jockeys, they just can't believe how small you are. Please, could I ask you, if you don't mind, just to stand up so we can just get a shot of just how small you are? Because you guys weigh between 52 kilograms. Stand up. Go ahead.
The mic.
Oh, all right. Okay, he's got a cable mic on him. But our jockeys weigh between 52 kilograms and 58, and they really do follow a very strict training and diet regime just to keep shape. But Musi, what is it like? You have been a part of the race today. You raced already. This vibe here is just incredible.
Yes, incredible vibe. Great from the sponsors. Well done to the marketing managers. It looks like it's become a day as expected, remarkable. It's looking great.
All right, for a trainer, this is a day where your nerves are shattered. I know that for you, you've got a runner in race 8. You've already had 2 runners. How do you guys feel coming to race day?
It becomes a part of your life. One would say, you're always nervous whenever you have a runner, but on a big day like this, you can actually see different trainers and how their mannerisms change. Some will be very, very quiet and just keep off to themselves, and others will be very, very talkative where they're not talkative on normal days. But there's a lot of pressure in the build-up to it. For weeks and weeks, you're on edge, hoping that everything goes right. And just to get your horse to the course in fine fettle is a feat in itself, because anything can go wrong in the build-up to that. So the main thing is to get your horse to the course, clear, sound, and well.
Musi, you guys are coming to race days week in and week out, as Michael says, so it's something that you get used to, the pressure, but there's something different. There's a magic about the Vodacom Durban July, isn't there?
Yes, 100%. The pressure is there. You got the crowd here. And like Mr. Azzi says, a lot of expectations come in a day like this. There's a lot of pressure, and I think the build-up to the race, it does get everyone on the edge.
Now, you have got a man that you know very well, Smanga Kumala. He already had a win already today. He's running in his very first Vodacom Durban July, the 3.5 million rand race number 7. What are your words to him? Have you got the opportunity to speak to him?
Yes, 100%, but he's ridden many races. He's riding on top of his game. He's already won a major Group 1 race this season. He's on top form, and his horse looks like he's in top form. I really think he's one of my strongest fences today. I told him just go into the race very confidently, and I'm sure he won't disappoint.
All right, well, Smanga Kumalo is riding on heavy metal. So if you had to pick one then, Musi, who would it be as a win bet for today?
My first choice for Mr. Terry Stable obviously would be Pomodoro. He's been impressive and he's run beyond the best, the horse of the year. I can't fault his form.
All right, well, let's hear what Sean Terry had to say. He's got 4 runners. We spoke to him as well as Vaughan Marshall.
Perfect draw, Craig. If they could ask me to have picked it out myself, I probably would have picked 5 or 6. Very, very happy with the draw. It makes it a little bit easier to maybe go out there and race Andy. I'm expecting a big run. I think he's the best outsider in the race, no doubt.
And you can see as soon as that companion ranges alongside.
I think over the 2-2, they'll be very, very close together. Tribal Dance, there's no doubt about him seeing the extra 200 metres, whereas there is a slight doubt about Hill 54, but I'm confident that he'll be there. And to tear them apart, I'm not so sure.
You'll obviously relish the extra trip of the Vodacom.
So obviously, Sean Terry, not a part of that package. We will be showing you what he had to say about his 4 runners a little bit later on. But let's chat a little bit about Vaughan Marshall and Hill 54 coming in second in the Met. How do you rate Hill 54's chances?
He must come into the race with a chance. Strictly speaking, because Vaughan is a great conditioner of horses and he always seems to get his horses cherry ripe for the big occasion whenever he's there. That run in the Met was short of first class. He got touched off just short of the post. So I think Hill 54, big runner, must have a shot.
All right, so that's Michael Azzi just telling us about some of the chances of Hill 54.
Okay, you've got to give me a count here. Okay, they're ready, eh? Stand here a section.
Trainers absolutely body, Michael.
privilege to introduce the Vodacom Durban July class of 2013. Our top class South African jockeys rate among the top athletes in the world. The Honourable Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Dr. Zweli Mkhize, welcome, as well as the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, Jeff Radebe, and also the Chairman of Gold Circle, Robert Mavis. If you're looking for style, balance, experience, judgment, look no further. He weighed out at 60 kilos and defends his crown today on the verge of another South African jockey's title, the one, the only Pierre Strydom. It's every jockey's dream to win the most cherished of prizes. He knows how to win the big ones, and today goes head-to-head with the best of them. No stranger to his mount, Heavy Metal. Let's hear the applause for Smango Khumalo. We now move to number 3 and a former KwaZulu-Natal champion apprentice. This 27-year-old jockey is a Stormers and Manchester United supporter. An action football player himself, he's making his debut in the Vodacom Durban July, the popular Seanville. Pound for pound, this jockey can match the best. A natural horseman with great judgment, the regular pilot of Pocket Power. This popular rider is bred from the bloodline of the legendary Tiger Ride. Introducing Bernard Fader. This talented and likeable jockey gets the job done with hard work and determination. Hungry for success and a board seal today for the Gavin Finzale yard. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the gutsy Francois Herald. This pilot continues to perform at the top of his game, one of the strongest riders around. Has shown his skills locally and internationally. He's been the jockey of Epitombi and Dancer's Daughter. His followers will be chanting, "That's the way, Shay!" This cricket and rugby fan, he rides tribal dance for Vaughan Marshall in the big one, the Vodacom Durban July. This pleasant youngster is clearly at the top of his form. Liven up the place for MJ Bielefeld. This likeable, quiet pilot has competed with the best locally and internationally, has the ability to keep that little extra in reserve for the end, has ridden over 100 winners for the season. It's the sensational Sean Cormack. Having his 5th ride in the big one. From Mauritius, now based in South Africa, and approaching his 100th winner for the season. Holding a top 8 position on the National Jockeys Log. Let's hear the roar for Carice Teeton. The stylish and balanced rider's confident attitude has led him to many successes, making a mark on the international scene and riding E-Jet from a wide draw. Let's give a big welcome back to Glenn Schofield. Relive the devastating finish of the 1991 Vodacom Durban July. This was the pilot aboard Flaming Rock, a top horseman who remains calm under pressure. He has ridden over 300 winners, riding the 3-year-old Cape Town Ra. He is Cool Carl Nisius. He has ridden winners in Macau and Mauritius. It could be said he was born into the saddle. Respectable and well-mannered, His mount, no worries, will be given every chance. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Brandon Larino. He meets all the criteria which makes a jockey a big race winner. His mission is to dash for the elusive sash. A former South African champion, one of the elite few to have ridden 6 winners in a race meeting. He's done it on 2 occasions. Let's hear it for M.J. Werendal. He will be remembered for his victory on the Brilliant Dynasty when winning the July from the worst possible draw. Former winner of the Hong Kong Jockeys title, he holds the top 3 on the South African Jockeys national log. Liven up the place for Red Hot Robbie Frad. He holds the record for the most number of winners in a season. A former South African champion rider, he's competed successfully abroad and going for his 5th July success. Ladies and gentlemen, the awesome Anthony Delpeche. Has firmly established himself as one of the most promising youngsters in the game. Another Manchester United and Stormers fan. Has ridden in Korea, Mauritius and Macau. On the verge of a top 10 spot on the national log. Rising star, Elder De Meyer. Greg Sheen is our next rider. All right, we move to last year's apprentice, Jockey of the Year. Born in Mauritius, this 21-year-old holds a top 10 position and is ready to burst through the 100-winner mark for the season. Riding Wagner for Joe Somo. Put your hands together for Nuresh Jaglal. A man of action, this top-class rider is always a force to be reckoned with. Was the pilot aboard Big City Life in 2009, now competing successfully abroad. Let's welcome back Greg Sheen. One of the best known names in the jockey ranks. His stats include Mauritian champion, talented and vastly experienced. There is no doubt that Gothic will get the perfect ride from the worst draw. Glorious Glenat. This young competitor teams up with Wild One from an outside draw. Hungry for success, another Manchester United supporter has achieved the rare feat of winning the Grade 1 Champions Cup 3 years in succession. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Raymond Danielson. With pride, we salute the Vodacom July class of 2013.
All right, that is at the parade ring, the parade of the jockeys, the class of 2013, as they get ready for the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. So from here, Muzi, what's actually going to happen? Where do the jockeys go? Where do they meet the horses? And then, of course, the trainers.
From here on, they get the instructions in the parade ring from the trainers, and obviously gives the public a chance to look at the horses' condition, how they arrive on course, how well they look. Gives them a fair chance to have a bet on which horse they like.
What should people be looking out for when they're actually watching the horse at the parade ring?
You know, different people have different likes. I like to see a horse that's sort of more calm. He's up on his toes but not overreacting, and looks bright and has his head up, a good head carriage, and has his ears pricked and taking everything in. I like him to be alert.
What is the value of watching them in the parade ring as opposed to just waiting until the canter dance?
Your serious punters and your horses, the punters that follow horses and the well-being of horse will tell you it was paramount for them to be at the parade ring and look at a horse in the ring and then see how he behaves in the ring and then watch him how he moves down to the start. And if he's moving freely and he looked well in the ring, your serious punters would probably have a bet on him.
All right, well, if we turn that over to the other runners in the race, the jockeys, those that will be in the irons, all of them look very confident to me.
100%. But I think it's also, like I said, a lot of pressure goes in here. They know what the expectations are, and it's about keeping the game plan and trying to follow it.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, Musi. Lots of excitement. We're building up towards race number 7, the 3.5 million rand Vodacom Durban July. It's coming to you live at 4:20. Let's rejoin horse racing commentator and analyst Ravon Smith, who's standing by with some interviews with the jockeys.
Horses are about to enter the parade ring in just a short while. But joining me is a man who's probably feeling more nervous than anybody else here, considering the fact that your two horses are finding themselves second and third favourite at this point in time. But let me first of all start off by congratulating the Snaith Yard on what has certainly been a remarkable year thus far.
Yeah, no, it's just been a dream year. And actually, when I woke up this morning, you got it wrong. I saw Jet Explorer skyrocketed into favourite, so the pressure's on. But we've done everything from our side. You know, we've picked the 1 and 2 draw, which my brother did, and the horses couldn't be better. Now it's in the hands of the gods and up to the jockeys. You know, only the jockeys can lose it now.
I'm actually going to rectify you. Cape Town Noah has been attracting the support. He's top of the bookmakers betting board. So let's start off with Run For It. He's run some very good races in the past, including a 4th behind Igugu. But he seems to be a different horse now that he's been gelded, and particularly coming into this year's race.
Look, you know, he's a horse that a lot of people have lost faith on, and at one point we did as well. And since we've gelded him, he's come back twice as a horse. And but at the same time, this is it. He has to do it. He's got the 1 draw. He's got Sean Cormack on. There's no excuses here. Either he delivers it today or he never will.
Now, he's the type of horse that comes from off the pace. Do you think that 1 draw is a good draw?
I think he's going to come from off the pace anyway. I think he's going to jump a bit slow. Jet Explorer is going to go around him with the 2 draw. He'll get up handy. The other way, we will be on the rail, but I think we'll be closer to halfway than to the front.
On the subject of Jet Explorer, he's certainly thrived since coming to KwaZulu-Natal. What can we expect from him?
You know, that's just Jet Master for you. He's an amazing sire, and they just get better and better with age. And he's just got, you know, since he came to Durban, we had never had the Durban July in our minds, and his 2 runs here have been amazing. And of the 2 horses, he's just a more reliable horse. He's got Delpish going for the record-breaking win. You know, he's a safe bet. I just don't see him not running into the money today.
So if I were to give you 100 rand right now, and you were to choose between the 2, who do I put my money on?
I put 50 rand on Jet Explorer and 50 rand on Run For It.
Very clever answer. Jonathan, break a leg, all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much to Ravon. So, of course, not speaking to the jockeys, but speaking to the trainers, Justin Snaith. He spoke there a little bit about Jet Explorer, Anthony Delpesh, going for a 5th win here at the July. There are a number of July winners, jockeys that know what it's like actually to win the July, but he's sounding super confident, as he has done for the last week.
Yes, you know, first of all, Anthony Delpesh has a winning way about him, and especially on the big occasion, he always rises to the top. And rightly so. He's a very talented jockey, and he's a jockey that I have a lot of respect for. He's a family man, and I like the way he conducts himself, and anyone deserves to win it. Anthony does.
All right, and they certainly coming from a very confident stable, and as a jockey, that's something that you want. You want to ride for guys that say, you know what, you're going to win. They just have that confidence. I'm sure it helps as a jockey.
Yes, 100%. Confidence is the key, but also, like Mr. Azzi says, Anthony's got a lot of race riding experience. He's won the race 4 times. He's got a horse with an amazing form. I can still remember the horse I was riding in the race, and at the 200 it looked like he had jumped into the race. It was very, very impressive. He's one of my likings for the race. Strong fancies.
All right, well, Muzi's been going through some of the horses that he likes. One of them most certainly is Jet Explorer, heavy metal, ridden by his friend Smanga Kumala, is another one of them. We're going to be chatting horses as we build up towards the big one, coming to you live at 4:20. Stay right where you are. You don't want to miss any of the action of this very wide open race.
Hey, you're right.
Slung into the race with just 53 kilograms as a 4-year-old, a winner of the San Sui Summer Cup, a banging jockey in the race juggle, who's of course won the
out is that he comes in with 53 kilos. So the last time he was handicapped as favorably as he is today, he was a winner. So I think that is dramatically in his favor. He's well drawn. And don't forget here, the big point is that the real in. So
just July Gallop's interviews. Thank you so much. Sorry for making you run around. Thank you, Peter. Are you going back to the van?
Yes.
All right. So I must get on. Nobody's sponsoring me on this. What's about phone, James? It's fine.
Yes,
Is this yours?
Yes, that is
Don't forget it,
fine.
otherwise you won't get in anywhere.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's a dual phone.
Yes.
Thanks,
Have a
Grace.
good day.
Keep well, eh? Have a good day. Cheers. What's the lady's name? Karen or Karen?
Karen is the director.
Karen, eh?
Karen, yes.
James, speak.
Welcome back to the live broadcast of the 2013 Vodacom Durban July, coming to you right here on SABC3. Get in touch with us. We are trending hashtag SABC3VDJ. We're now less than half an hour away from the main race, the 3.5 million rand Vodacom Durban July, and just over 2 million rand is the check that's going to be going to the winner of the race. We can see all of the horses now going out of the parade ring. Where are they going to, Michael?
Well,
what happens from here?
From here on out, they come down the chute. They'd parade past the crowd and give a nice canter down to the start, just letting them use themselves freely within hand. I suppose the jockey'd like to keep in touch with them. Get them down to the start. They dismount, check their saddles, make sure that everything's all in order, trot them around to warm them up, and then they'd load them up.
And for a lot of the public, it's also the first time they get to see the thoroughbred in action, having a short trot down the straight. I mentioned that the winner of this race will be getting 2.093 million rand for first place, and that is significant for a one Sean Terry, who, if he can win the race with one of its four runners, he'd overtake Mike de Kock in the trainers' standings.
Yes, it would, and it would make for a very exciting season. Sean has headed Mike already the season after Champions Day back in Gauteng, but Mike de Kock, being Mike de Kock, put his head down to the grindstone and knuckled back and went 2 million clear of him. So Sean's coming after him now. He's smelled some blood and he's coming in for the kill, but never ever write off Mike de Kock, because he'll be back.
Yeah, it's quite a big talking point. No Mike de Kock at the Vodacom Durban July.
Racing has done stranger things before, but believe you me, he'll be back, and there'll be many, many more Julys that Mike de Kock's going to have more than one horse in the July.
And it is certainly going to be a very, very exciting race that we can expect. Now, Musi, as a jockey, I'm sure you're sitting here watching. You know that feeling of being on the horse, just about to come out, see the crowds of people, because that's also one thing. Do you even get to hear the crowds?
Yes, obviously now by this time jockeys have settled in, the butterflies are slowly about to kick away. And it gives you a good opportunity to get to feel the horse on the day, how it's feeling, how to go down. For me, I feel it tells a lot what the horse feels like, how happy the horse is, and it gives you a very big confidence booster, especially if the horse goes down incredibly well.
All right, you've run this track already today. How's it feeling underfoot?
I thought it held up quite well. They cancelled the first 2 races earlier on to allow perfect racing conditions. I think the track is held up very well. Well done to the track managers. I think we're in for a very, very good race.
A bulk of this race is actually run on the bend, the 2200. What is the race strategy to actually run this race? And I'd like both of you to answer that as a trainer, Michael.
Well, the race strategy for me, being a trainer, and I'm obviously 3rd generation coming from the Azzi family. My granddad always said to me that you have to have an extremely fit horse and a horse that has a tremendous turn of foot to win the July. So I would imagine that the trainers would have to have the horse at his prime, but a horse that's able to turn it on when asked the question.
And Musi, your strategy for the race?
Pardon?
And what would be your strategy coming into the Durban July?
The biggest strategy for a jockey is to try and analyze the pace and positioning. If you manage to read the pace well and position the horse well, that's your key factors. And then the rest is held according to how good your horse is.
All right, well, the vibe here at Greyville has just elevated by about 20 excitement points. The loudspeaker has gone off, and it's now time for the canter down. We have Craig Peters, who's doing the calling for the canter down. Let's join them.
As you join us for the Vodacom Durban July, as number 1, Pomodoro, one of the fancied runners in the big one. He won it last year. Pierre Stradham has the ride, carried 55 kilos last year, carries the 60 this year, and races with the tongue tie. So Pomodoro is trained by Sean Terry and has won 8 out of 17. Here goes Pomodoro about to turn. So Pomodoro now about to turn and head off towards the 2200 in the 3.5 million rand. Very much on his toes. He sports the blue cap. He's a son of Jetmaster. With the red cap is number 2, Heavy Metal. Smanga Kumala also for Sean Terry. This is son of Savano. And he's in the form of his life as Heavy Metal, and Smungo, he knows how to win the big ones. This horse has won 5 out of 19. Comes from the Bosworth Farm stud. Pomodoro also bred by Chris Fanico. Number 3, Hill 54, Seanville. He picks up the ride for the injured Anton Marcus. This for Vaughan Marshall, son of Captain L for Ingrid and Marcus Hurster. He's won 6 from 14. Then the yellow cap of number 4, White Line Fever. Bernard Fader for Sean Terry. There's a question mark about his stamina. There was excuses last year. It's got to be a big contender. Now on the way to the gate is Pomodoro, number 1. Yeah, we look at Seal, number 5, Francois Harold, Gavin Finzale. Probably one of the pacemakers as the runners start making their way to the gate at the 2200. So seal this from the Gavin Finzale yard. He stays all day. Then Astro News number 6, Kevin Shea rides, Charles Laird. Astro News, winner of the Cup trial. Here goes number 6, Astro News, now on the way to the gate. Astro News from Oldland Stud. Keen to get on with the business as we look at number 7, Tribal Dance, MJ Bielefeld. Better than its last run. And this is from the Vaughan Marshall yard. Here's Pricked and Alert as we look at number 8, Run For It. A gelding now drawn at pole position. Sean Cormack rides. Justin Snaith, and this is son of Dynasty who won the July himself. Just needs a bit of luck in running. So we look at number 9, Showgunner. Gavin Van Zyl from Stallgate number 3. One of the best one-time winners in the country is Showgunner. Here's number 10, E-Jet. Very wide draw to overcome, ran into the rail, and Glenn Schofield has managed to take hold of him luckily. Has to get remounted again. So Glenn Schofield to get remounted as number 11 Cape Town Noir passes by, and then number 13 Wiley Hall. Wiley Hall, MJ Odendaal for Wahia Mawing. Just taking a look at this again while E-Jet almost jumped over that rail. Glenn managed to hold on to E-Jet. Here's number 16 Punta Arenas on the way to the gate. Elder DeMeo, Stan Ellie, and E-Jet is now on the way to the gate. Here's number 10 E-Jet. Then number 17 Love Struck on the way to the gate. And further back there, also with the red blinkers, is Gothic, very strong on the way to the 2200 metre marker under Glenad. The widest draw of all to overcome, 20 out of 20. And here's Wild One, Raymond Danielson, draws 16 out of the 20. And that's the field for the Vodacom Durban July Grade 1, 3.5 million rand. And there's not much time before the big one.
Rails you must get on these plastic you go through.
Straight through, yes.
So lots of excitement at the Canter Downs. E-Jet not looking very happy at all. Glenn Schofield at least hanging on to him. And E-Jet is a horse that lots of people have been speaking about.
Oh yes, and I'm definitely one of those in his camp. Glenn Schofield, my opinion, I've been training a long time and I rate him in the top 4 jockeys that have ever ridden for me. I think he's world class. I think it was a great move on Sean's part to bring him up to ride horse. Other than him misbehaving, he moved to the start beautifully, and he's my dark horse in the race.
All right, well, it is a massive feat that we are actually enjoying the Vodacom Durban July, because there was a lot of talk about the race not even going ahead. Just acknowledging the father of the nation, Tata Madiba, who is now spending his 29th day in hospital. As we came into Greyville, you can see these silver hearts. It's got Nelson Mandela's image just in the middle of it. Each and every single person has been handed one, and now just as we move to the start of the race, 67 seconds of prayer are going to be remembered and acknowledged for the leader of the nation, the man that used sport as a platform to unite the country.
I didn't think I would be watching this race like this.
What are they doing on the course now?
There was the crowd at Greyville falling very silent. Some people a little unsure of what was actually happening, but everybody acknowledging the 67 seconds of prayer for Tata Madiba. SABC 3, the Vodacom Durban July wishes him well and comfort and health as he sits in hospital for a 29th day. It's time now to cross over to Ravon Smith, who's standing. He's been keeping us up to date as who's been moving, who's been lengthening, who's been easing, and who's been shortening at the betting stakes. So I'd like to see, just before we head up to the main race, who is the favourite? Is it still Cape Town Noir?
Well, there's been a flood of money that's come for Jet Explorer. In fact, he is now the new favourite at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards. And if we pan in, you will see that there's a double C next to his name. And that means there's been a double claim in the last couple of minutes. He's now firm at 11-2. Cape Town Noir, since being top of the boards, has eased out to 13-2. Palmadora seems to be on the... He's at 15-2, Run For It, firm at 8-1, Wiley Hall firm at 9-1, and Seal is available at 10-1. And then it's 13-1 about Hill 54, and basically 15-16-1 and upwards the others. It seems as if the Snade's confidence has rubbed off on everybody because they've got Jet Explorer top of the boards.
All right, so we see Jet Explorer is now the new favourite.
Would you like to comment on that?
Musi?
Yes, it was a very, very impressive win in the betting 1900. It looked like he had jumped in at the 200. Very smart individual. He's getting weight advantage, 6 kilos from Pomodoro. Must be a big runner. I like him a lot. He's one of my personal best. If any horse is going to be giving the favourite Pomodoro a run for his money, it's this horse.
So many people have been speaking about Justin Snaith, and actually in the week leading up to this, he said that the tracks were a little wet, so he couldn't do his usual planned preparation, pre-race preparation, so he was just going by instinct. How much instinct is involved in training a horse?
I would say a huge amount, because you have to train your horse by feel. There's no real set program with the horse. You train your horse according to how you feel and how he responds to the work you're giving him. Obviously, I think Justin, we all know he's a young trainer and he's doing exceptionally well. He's one of the new kids on the block. He's going to be around for a long time. He's done exceptional. He's breaking records all the time. He knows how to win the July. He's won it before, so we have to respect him.
All right, you're saying breaking records. Justin Snaith just won the record for the most wins in a season. It's over 100 out here at Greyville, remembering his amazing life. The man that has done so much for the country, using sport to unite each and every single one of us.
I believe the horse is at the start.
can't even explain. But back to the VIP area, back to all the fashion. Standing next to my boss, my inspiration, my mentor, the woman that I look up to so much, Mrs. Basitsana Kumalo, executive producer of Top Billing, right here on SABC3, right here at the VIP. Welcome to SABC3.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You look absolutely smashing.
Thank you so much, Anbasi. Now, you hardly ever attend events. Tell us exactly why you love the Durban July so much.
Well, now, you know, the Vodacom Durban July is one of those events on the social calendar that you cannot afford to miss, simply because you come, you see friends you haven't seen in a very long time, you let your head down, you really mingle, but more importantly, you have fun. It's one of those days where you can just let it be. And of course, my husband works for the company, so
Hello.
I'm a good spouse supporting my man.
Now, going back to the theme, it's all about fashion. The horses are a big deal, but fashion just as a bigger deal. How much of a fashion lover are you, Anbasi?
I always try to play it safe. I mean, tonight this outfit was designed by Gavin Raja, and I said to him, just keep it classic, timeless, and elegant. Yes, there's a theme for the actual July, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to play it safe. I love black and white, my favorite colors, but I also like texture. So I said, you know, do some embellishment and just let me look amazing. So
you look absolutely amazing, Anbasi. Thank you so much for your time. Like she said, black and white is the new black. All about monochromatic this winter. Back to Valen Kirtley. What's up, baby?
Thank you very much. As we see the horses just going into their stalls from pole position, it is Run For It that is going to jump from stall number 1, but any one of these 20 horses can win the race. It's all come down to this, baby. The 2013 Vodacom Durban July. Let's join our commentator, Craig Peters.
And thank you very much. As you join us, still a couple to load for the Vodacom Durban July. Grade 1, 3.5 million, 2,200 metres. Going to be an absolutely fantastic race. Run For It coming forward. Run For It is in Jet Explorer. There goes Hill 54, black sleeves and cap. Cape Town was walking up. Punta Arenas walking on. Punta Arenas walking up. So Punta Arenas is the one they're attending to. Cape Town Noir coming forward. Cape Town Noir, no worries.
Cape Town Noir.
Do you remember? Vodacom Durban July. There's no turning back. 2,200 metres as Cape Town Noir walks up. We're ready. There's the roar from the crowd in the Vodacom Durban July from the 2,200 metre marker. And let's see how they're going to play it. Love Struck's right there with the red sleeves and cap. And Wagner is well placed with the red cap, black sleeves near the rail. Jet Explorer. Punta Arenas, the light blue sleeves is on the outside as Love Struck makes the running. E-Jet is on the outside of runners. Then comes Jet Explorer. They're followed further back by Wiley Halls, about 5 lengths off the leader. Then comes Seal. Run For It is near the rail. And the yellow cap behind that of White Line Fever is about 6 lengths off the leader. Do you remember the filly? She's got about 7 lengths to make up. They're followed further back by Tribal Dance. Then comes Cape Town Noir. Heavy Metal. Pomodora's in behind that. Then comes No Worries. They're followed by Gothic, and Wild One is the trailer. And there's about 15, 16 lengths first to last. And the leader with the red cap is Wagner. So Wagner is showing the way. And length and a quarter. Jet Explorer is perfectly placed. Love Struck on the outside. Then E-Jet. Punta Arenas in behind that one. Then comes Seal as they move to the 1,000 metre marker in the Vodacom Durban July. Then Run For It. Pomodoro is on the outside. Wiley Hall's just in front of it. Do you remember's at the rail? Heavy Metals with the red cap. That's about 8 lengths off them. Then Shogunner, Tribal Dance. They're followed by Gothic. Cape Town Noir's got about 12 lengths to make up. And further back is Astro News. And then No Worries and Wild One. Vodacom Durban July about to spin into the home stretch. And Wagner's the leader. Run For It, the black cap. Do you remember? No Worries, Jet Explorer, Astro News behind that one. But victory is for Smanga. There he is doing the salute on Heavy Metal. What a race in the Vodacom Durban July. There he is saluting on the way to the winner's enclosure. So Heavy Metal dug down deep, only a half kilo between Pomodoro and Heavy Metal. And I must say, I said this was a very good price for the placings. And Heavy Metal once again rises to the occasion. Well done, Sean Terry. Well done, Smanga Kamalo. Well done to Silvano once again, and the Bosworth Farm Stud. And Heavy Metal, as I say, picks up that first spur. Second, per 670,000 rand. Waiting for Judge Warren I. But no doubt about the winner of the Vodacom Durban July. Number 2, Heavy Metal, is victorious. Now returning to the winner's enclosure and is victorious. Well done to Heavy Metal, Smango Khumalo. Sean Terry is now going on his victory canter. Let's take it up with Heavy Metal.
And that is the victorious Smango Khumalo atop of Heavy Metal. What an amazing ride. Musi, you just jumped up here when you saw how he came in those last 400 meters. He powered home to take the win. What a victory for him.
Yes, one of the greatest rides I've ever seen. He jumped out, he had a game plan, he stuck to it, he took the shortest way home. He was riding behind the right horses. It was a brilliant ride.
Absolutely fantastic. I heard him last night on the radio saying this will be my first ever Vodacom Durban July, running in the big one. He's run in other very big races, but the first time that he runs in the 3.5 million rand events and now taking the win. You know him on a personal level.
100%. He's gotten an opportunity. He's taken it with both hands. He showed his class and ability as a jockey. It was an amazing ride.
Tell us what kind of person he is.
Well, he's a very jubilant and vibey person. I'm sure trainers, he's one of the few characters of racing, but full of class, full of ability. Sean Terry has given me the opportunities. He's delivered, world-class rider.
All right, and under his red cap is actually peroxided hair. It's bleach blonde, but something has to be said about this horse, Heavy Metal, Mike, because even Sean Terry was saying that, in his words, the handicap has murdered him. So many people not favouring Heavy Metal, but Sean Terry said he was a class horse, and despite this, he's come from all odds and taken the win.
Yes, well, obviously, the handicappers are smiling because they're going to say they got it right. He won in spite of him murdering them. So obviously, they didn't murder him. They obviously saw something that Sean didn't see. But to Sean and Chris, couldn't have happened to finer people. Sean Terry, the most relaxed trainer. He does get uptight when he gets close to the time, but he's very calm. He never wishes anyone bad. So that's why so much luck is bestowed upon him. And his client, Chris Van Niekerk, if there's a dream client, that is the man. He's so loyal to his man to the last. Big win for Silvano, having first and third in the July. So great stallion as well, and a great result all round.
A great result. That's the confirmation of the results. First, Heavy Metal. Second, Run for It. And in third place, the filly that I mentioned. Do you remember Dynamite? Certainly does come in small packages. Do you remember taking third place in the Vodacom Durban July? Stay with us. There's lots to speak about when it comes to this race. We also will be able to hear from the jockey, trainer and owner. It's all coming your way. Stay where you are.
I'd run one bad race he ran up.
If I was an owner.
Smangalo.
Numsa.
Welcome back to the Greyville Racecourse. That is the winning horse of the 3.5 million rand event. It is a big payday for owner Chris van Niekerk, jockey Simanga Kumar, Sean Terry. Let's move over now to the winner's circle as Ravon Smith takes us to the post-race interviews.
His second Grade 1 winner of the afternoon, Simanga Kumalo. But what is more importantly, and what a lot of you may not remember, he's won the 3 richest races in South Africa, starting with the Sansui Summer Cup, then the President's Champions Challenge, and today, the Vodacom Durban July.
Yes, I couldn't do it without Mr. van Niekerk. Mr. Terry, he kept me on this horse, and I've been, how can I say, I'm just happy to have such a great agent, like Justin Vermaak. He persevered with Mr. Terry to say this was we need to ride him in July, and I win on him. And this was he really quickened very well. I know him a time before, and I'm just very happy, very happy.
To think that this is your second Grade 1 win success on the day. But let us start right at the beginning. When you jumped, where were you, and how did everything just unfold for you?
Mr. Terry never put pressure on me. He said he doesn't want to give me too much instructions. I must just jump this horse. I know him from a palm of my hand, and I must just jump out. And even if I'm far back, the guys in front, they will come back, and he'll run on. And coming top of the straight, I was following, run for it, and I saw he was coming, and I said, you know what? If I go past run for it, it's over. There's nothing will come. And this was just dug down so deep for me, and I'm very happy. I'd like to thank Mr. Terry again, Mr. van Niekerk, my mother, my wife here also. They're here to support me. Thank you very much.
It's going to be one big party tonight, I'm sure. Simanga, well done once again.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, sir.
Right. While we are here, Sean Terry will be joining me. Sean, 2 years in a row, I get to speak to you after the running of the Vodacom Durban July. You had 4 runners, and I think one of probably the lesser fancies had come through for you.
Yes, listen, he won the Group 1. He acquitted himself well in his prep under 62 and a half. We gave him a chance, but obviously sad for Pomodoro. He got into a scrum. I haven't spoken to Pierre, but to Chris to win 2 years in a row, to Bosworth Farm, Neil and Lith, they deserve this. Silvano, to my team at home, this horse came from a Joburg stable. He only spent 24 hours here. Well done to Debbie, Andres, Stuart, Nicholas and the team. They've done a fantastic job here, and they can take a lot of the accolades.
And Simanga Kumalo timed it to perfection.
Simanga Kumalo, different class. He's a lot cooler today than I expected him to be, and he's got 2 Group 1s home for me. What more can the man do, including the July?
Now, before I let you go, and before I let you go off to celebrate, there's a small little matter happening at the top of the trainer's log. This literally puts you in front.
Yeah, listen, good position to be in, but at the end of the day, I'm not foolish enough to get one hand on the trophy. Mark de Kock's a master of his trade, and I wouldn't even think about that until the season's finished.
Back-to-back victories for trainer Sean Terry in the Vodacom Durban July. Well done once again. I'm sure it is one of those things that just means the world to you.
Just to the whole team, I really have put them under pressure these last few months, and they've risen to the task. Big thank you to all of them, and this is what we aim for, and we've pulled it off.
Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
That's trainer Sean Terry, jockey Simanga Kumalo, the winning trainer-jockey combination of the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. There's going to be lots of celebrating, and Chris van Niekerk, spare a thought for him. He's gone off already for the post-race presentation. He's second in a row that he's won the Vodacom Durban July. Congratulations to all the connections.
Certainly was an amazing race. Last year was Pomodoro for Sean Terry. This year it's heavy metal. Bonang, I can just imagine the kind of excitement that was there amongst the VIPs.
Not as excited as you were, Valen, when you saw that heavy metal while you were screaming in my ear, girl. Congratulations to Sean Terry, to Simanga, and of course the heavy metal. We do love winners. And when it comes to winners in terms of the fashion sex, Johan Kasia is definitely on top of the ranks. He's the man that made me look absolutely stunning today in this neon yellow. I thought it was canary yellow, but darling, I got schooled today. Johan live on SABC3. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Very good to see you. Now, when it comes to fashion, men, I beg your pardon, are very, very limited. So how did you interpret this year's theme?
With me, I went back to something as classical as houndstooth, which is such a classic print. So this is my posh, and the latex bow tie is my oh my gosh.
Go big or go home, right?
Exactly, always my saying.
And the reason why all of us look so beautiful is because of a fashion designer. As a fashion designer, how do you approach a theme like this each and every year?
You know what, I think it goes through a whole process, through taking the theme literally as it is and then going through it and exploring what other meanings does the theme has. And this year I wanted to be very literally, like for you, posh, African queen, that's exactly what we wanted to do. And I saw a lot of people went for a very 50s inspiration, which I also thought was a great interpretation of the theme.
Thank you so much, Johan. You look absolutely amazing. That's a very bold outfit, don't you think? Do tweet me at @Barang_M on twitter.com and, of course, hashtag SABC3VDJ. And tell us who you think is your best dress, worst dress. Would really love to hear from you. Minnie, who do you have, girl?
I'm standing by with Tula Cindy. Now, if I'm looking to go out and I need an outfit, Tula is definitely one of my go-to designers. He knows the structure of a woman's body perfectly. Tula, who have you dressed today?
Minnie, thanks for having me. Today I've dressed Terry Peto. I've dressed Nomuzi from MTV. And a few other guests as well who've actually bought dresses.
Yay, people paying!
Yeah, people pay.
No, how did you interpret the theme? Oh my gosh, posh. Posh, oh my gosh.
Posh, oh my gosh, for me was very broad, which was great. You know what I mean? There's lots of room to play around with it. But posh is sophisticated, is worldly. So we start to go with things that are very refined, small, beautiful details. But the oh my gosh is the surprise element, you know? So you're very sophisticated with that small surprise element.
Cool. Now, we've got a model over here. We just picked her out because we thought her outfit was cool. But from a designer's perspective, how would you dissect this look?
First of all, we always start with accessories. She's got those posh accessories, the pearls, the queen's pearls. Just 3 strands, so it's very, very classic. And the line of her dress is very, very pretty, very flattering. You know, so she's very posh, very prim. But the print is, oh my gosh, it's Marilyn Monroe. You know, there's a little bit of crystal on it. But she's very classic with that small touch of, oh my gosh. And her shoes are beautiful too. Blue snakeskin. So there's a light colorway all the way throughout. It looks almost like denim, but it feels like satin. So there's a surprise element. There is sophistication. There's simplicity. Very, very posh. But like I said, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, indeed. That is Tula Cindy dissecting the fashion of the Vodacom Durban July. More action right here on SABC3. We'll see you after this.
And fashion commentator Ntato Mashishi is standing with me right here at the Vodacom marquee, looking absolutely amazing. Now, Ntato, when it comes to fashion, men are unfortunately limited, correct?
Yes. I wouldn't say they're limited. I think there's a lot of men designers in South Africa, and there's more to be spoiled with in here in South Africa. If they ask people like us, of course, they will know where to go and what to get. I mean, look at me now. I mean, I'm wearing all South African, but with a touch of Sir Paul Smith.
Fantastic. And talking about Sir Paul Smith, and gosh, oh my gosh, it's so posh. That's the theme this year. How did you, Ntato, interpret it?
Well, how I interpreted it, I forgot about the posh, but I said, oh my gosh, because I want everyone, when they look at me, oh my gosh, you know? That's how I interpreted it, because some people, they think that posh, it's with Victoria. Oh, it's not Victoria Beckham. It says you need to be posh, you need to look amazing, you need to have something that is very popping, and say, oh my gosh. That's how I interpreted it.
Fantastic. You look OMG, by the way. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Ntato Mashishi. But before I go, my last question to you. You've been here since the early hours of the morning. Who is your best dressed man this afternoon?
Yes. The best man, I would say Romeo Khumalo looks good. And I would say Gerta kind of like how he played with, black and white, and he's pushing the fashion. Me, of course. And, those are the people that I've seen that looks quite interesting, with the theme. They were within the theme. I like how they looked.
You're very modest. Didn't include yourself in that list there. Go on with your bad self. In Tata Mashishi Live on SABC3. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Keep those tweets coming. Hashtag SABC3VDJ. Oh my gosh, it's so posh. Back after this. It's the final countdown live right here on SABC3 from the Greyville Racecourse, KwaZulu-Natal is where it's at for the 2013 Vodacom Durban July. It's all about the fashion. It's all about the celebs. That's what's been happening. But right now, let's take a look at this year's best dressed couple as voted for by all our amazing judges. Earlier on in the day, that's exactly who you can see on your screens. And right next to me, I've got Hangwani, who's just going to talk to me about what she thinks of everything that she sees on the screen. Lots of fashion, lots of intricacy. Of course, people interpreting that amazing theme of, oh my gosh, it's so posh. It was an amazing morning and congratulations to all our winners. The Greyville Racecourse is bursting with all sorts of colors. Amazing stuff that you're seeing on the screen right there. Monique Tartan Couture, the most striking couple. Those are our winners of the 2013 Best Dressed Couple at the Vodacom Durban July. Standing with me is Hangwani, designer and owner of really an amazing celebrated label right here in South African fashion called Rubicon. Welcome to SABC3.
Thank you, Bonang.
Now, just quickly, you saw our best dressed and most striking couple. What did you think of them?
Funny enough, I was one of the judges, you know. Yeah.
Amazing, even better.
It was quite a difficult choice because I think it's a very difficult theme to interpret. You might think it's simple, but it's because most people are not used to going to the race course they need to have fun. But with this look, particularly, it's high standard of fashion. We're talking about sartorial elegance, high standard of fabrics, the way you conceptualize in terms of patterns, shapes, and also just blending in the colors. I love the black and white, they really strike very well because they stand out in terms of the posh, oh my gosh, theme. And they carry themselves well as well because it's all about attitude as well, how you carry yourself, etiquette, complemented with the dress sense as well. It's understated elegance, that's what I saw in them, and they really interpreted the whole theme quite well.
Fantastic. And of course, as a designer, you get to dress yourself. Talking about monochromatic black and white, you went for maroon and white. Walk us through your interpretation this year, Hangwani.
I went back to the 40s.
Nice.
I'm a lady from the 40s, and I went for an elongated shift dress, body hugging, with couture lace, and it's just a fantastic fabric. It feels so good on the body. It's comfortable. It's something that my daughter could wear, later on in years. So when I think of posh, oh my gosh, of course, it's a timeless look. It's not something that is like trendy. It's you think royalty when you think of posh, oh my gosh.
Thank you so much, Hangwana. You look absolutely amazing. And I love that advice, ladies. If you are going to spend a lot of money on a look, make sure it's timeless. Make sure it's something you can wear over and over again. Looking at the best dressed man and best dressed women on your screens right now were crowned earlier on today by our judges like Hangwani and many others walking away with some awesome prizes earlier on today. So next year, if you think you can dress better than the people that you're seeing on screen, make sure that you make your way to the Greyville Racecourse out here in KwaZulu-Natal. The winners looked absolutely amazing. There they are: Madeline Clark, classic racewear for women, and M. Shade, classic racewear for men. Congratulations to both of them. I think they were amazing. How do you think they interpreted the theme? You know exactly where to find us. Hashtag SABC3VDJ. The last couple of moments, I don't want to leave you. On the other side of this, we say goodbye. Make sure you don't go away anywhere. More action coming up after this. Welcome back to the Greyville Racecourse in Durban. It stands under the shadow of the eThekwini skyline. It has been the place of lots of excitement for today. We have seen an amazing running of the 3.5 million rand Vodacom Durban July. Some people may be wondering though how much goes to the winner. We just saw Heavy Metal, the horse that won the race, trained by Sean Terry, and he was in the irons and in the hands of
Simanga Khumalo. Now, it may be a prize pot of 3.5 million rand, but our viewers may find it quite interesting that the first prize is a 2.09 million rand. And of that money, how much goes to the jockeys and how much goes to the trainers? Well, on average, it's a 10%. So it was a big payday for Sean Terry, 210,000 rand from that Vodacom Durban July win, and 210,000 rand for Simanga Khumalo. Well, let's go to Minnie Dlamini, see what she's been up to. She has been our social butterfly, out and about, bringing us all of the beauty and what our socialites are wearing.
What did I say? His name is Twizzle. I'm with my fellow thespians from 7 Delon. How are you guys doing?
We're good, man.
We're doing great. So now we've taken a break from the cameras, well, not so much, but we're having a good time in Durban. Theo, tell me, what's your favorite thing about the Durban July?
Dressing up, man. It's, just walking around, see a lot of people put in a lot of effort to look good, to represent on the day. So it's beautiful.
Now, Mimi and
It's definitely been an awesome day here at the Vodacom Durban July. Definitely about to get into the party. I'm here with one of my favorite house DJs, DJ Lulo Cafe. Do you want to explain the vibe?
We at the Samsung Makey G&G. Absolutely chilled out. I've just finished playing. Gareth Cliff is on. I know Fresh is also coming out later. But the vibe across the Durban July, all the marquees, man, as usual, it's looking hot.
So if there's one song that has to be played during the after parties, what would it be?
Stop. It's my track with a lady from the UK named Selena Campbell. The track is called Crazy. It's a crazy weekend, so why not?
Well, I'm definitely hoping to hear your song, and yeah, it's going to be a crazy weekend. Thank you. It's out for me. See you then.
Mzansi, it's been absolutely awesome. I love being in Durban. I love being at home. It's the greatest place to celebrate my birthday tomorrow, so make sure you send those messages. Remember to send those tweets. We're still having a good time right here at the Vodacom Durban July. The fashion has been amazing. The attendants have been amazing. And the sport has been stellar as per usual. Thanks to Asanda Majibi for my dress, Motions for my hair, and guys, good night. It's been great.
Thank you so much, Mini. And once again, a happy birthday to the beautiful Mini Dlamini, who celebrates her 23rd birthday tomorrow. But we save the best for last. What is SABC 3 without a little bit of Isidingo magic? But before I speak to my guests, let's see who won this year's competition of the best hat. As you all know, the races are all about the fascinator. That's what we call them. So look at all the accessories that the ladies had on their heads a little bit earlier on today. You go crazy when it comes to the horses, because it's the one time you can do absolutely anything. It lends itself, to a lot of craziness and a lot of creativity. Congratulations to all our winners. Loving that, paying tribute to Utata Nelson Mandela. Look at that. I'm sure the judges had a very, very difficult time choosing the best fashion fascinator of the day. Congratulations, ladies. You guys look absolutely amazing. I love that. I'm going to be stealing some of those ideas. Zandi, Masando, wherever you are, girl, when you're done with that fascinator, bring it to me. Like I said earlier, what's a little bit of SABC 3 without a little bit of Isidingo? Vusi Kunene, and of course the beautiful Kagiso Christopher joining me, our last guest of the evening. Where have you been?
We've been betting on horses and losing.
Oh, damn. So it wasn't heavy metal that you betted on this year?
No, definitely not.
All right, Vusi, once again, saw you at the Met, seeing you again this year. You look absolutely amazing. The Durban July, what is this? This is amazing.
This is Pulse On.
Of course.
As always. You know, this man knows how to make me look good.
Exactly. You look amazing. Kagiso, Christopher, girl, I'm loving this. You know, usually when you come to the Met, people are wearing dresses, but you opted for the one piece. This is crazy.
Thank you. I never get seen in pants, so I thought, why not?
You really do look amazing. And who is responsible for your look this afternoon?
Reggie Mulamu, registrar. Yeah.
You look amazing. Thank you so much, Vusi Kunene and Kagiso Christopher. Make sure you catch them right here on SABC 3 on Isidingo. It's been absolutely amazing. From your girl B, thank you so much for allowing us to entertain you for the last 2.5 hours. And thank you for allowing us to trend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We are going to go party. Valen, thank you so much, baby. Mwah! Peace.
Thank you very much to Bonang Mateba, who's been heading up our lifestyle presentation team. It's been amazing to be in your company. Thank you very much for being with us. You have enjoyed the 117th running of Africa's greatest horse racing event. Goodbye and good night.